All right, hey, get it cracking.
Yeah, you know what it do. Another episode of the Gangster Chronicles, and I'm here with the homeboys.
Big J.
Still in the house. And we were having a discussion, before James came on. You got the cat Gunna in Atlanta facing RICO charges. You got Young Thug facing RICO charges. And they said that they are going to use his lyrics against him. His lyrics, music videos and everything like that. And a lot of this stuff as a rapper, I think you're just generally trying to tell stories about stuff that you've seen, stuff that you've heard. You're pretty much just making tales of the hood. You know what I mean?
Right.
Tales from the neighborhood. They really starting to hold cats accountable for that now.
Well, hey, ain't that freedom of speech? When you rap?
I mean, like I said, like I was saying earlier, I've told tales from the hood, stuff that I've witnessed, stuff that I might have or might not have participated in. But when you look at it as being on record or writing a book or doing a movie, it's supposed to be freedom of speech. But I guess they're trying to associate this YSL clique, Young Slime Life, to criminal activities. Niggas claiming the faction and then going out doing dirt. So now anybody who's tied to YSL, they're bringing them in. It happened to be one or two of the rappers with Young Thug happens to be affiliated with YSL. So freedom of speech has always been questioned because it seems to me only certain people can say what they want to say.
Right.
You get me? I mean, that's just it.
Wow.
You can try to use the defense of, I'm just telling a tale. You get me? Just because I said on record a nigga got his wig split and they used the Draco and he got shot 5 times, they're now trying to see if we probably had some murders where a nigga got popped with a certain gun and got shot 5 times. So that's how they're trying to make connections as to, a nigga having freedom of speech and you can say fuck the police or fuck this or fuck that if you want to.
Well, I see when they do it, like Young Dolph, like Mo 3. These cats is rapping about these murders and they actually happen. Then they going back on social media and they talking about it. So they put themselves in a trick bag because the police surf this shit here. They watching everything that's going on. This is how they know what's going on with these dudes. So you basically put yourself in a situation every time you get on social media, every time you're on a platform doing something in your songs. So it's pretty much, they fault that they getting caught up like that because they putting it out there to the world, letting them know how they getting down.
Okay,
so
yeah, exactly.
Do that take away from freedom of speech?
I don't know, and this is what they saying. I guess on May 9th, Young Thug was arrested at his crib. They came to his crib and they had a 56-count gang indictment. And according to the indictment, the rapper and 27 other people, including Gunna, allegedly conspired to violate the Georgia criminal racketeering law. The government claims that YSL, Young Thug's rap collective and label, also known as Young Stoner Life, is a criminal gang with ties to the National Bloods organization. Specifically, the 28 people named in the indictment are all charged with conspiracy to violate the state's Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act, or RICO. That's Georgia's version of the federal law originally designed to fight organized crime. Under this statute, prosecutors must prove that the defendants committed at least 2 specific offenses within a 10-year period that were part of a racketeering scheme. If found guilty, penalties for RICO include up to 20 years in prison, a monetary fine, or both. Young Thug is also charged with participating in the criminal street gang, a state violation also carrying a potential prison sentence of up to 20 years. Gunna is charged only under RICO. Charges against others named in the indictment span murder, attempted murder, robbery, assault, carjacking, and theft, along with possession of drugs and firearms. You know, with Young Thug, the prosecutors claim he co-founded YSL. See, this is going to set a precedent right here because what they doing, that sounds like a rap crew, Young Slime Life. You know, we may have a rap crew called the Gangsta Chronicles Life or whatever. That don't mean we out there committing crimes. That's just the name of a crew. But what they're doing is they're using all this stuff to pretty much put people in the grease.
No,
Exactly.
what they're doing is when they see that type of activity, they put a task force on it, and now they watching them. Now they tapping them. Now they see that he might be supplying the hood. And I think we talked about this one time before 8, when you was in the hood and niggas was asking yada yada. But no, I ain't getting down like that. I mean, you making money. So these guys believe that when you out here and you get successful and making a lot of money, you supplying the hood with weapons, drugs, and all this other shit. Speaking of the police. So now they got a task force on you. Now they linking you to all different type of shit. You don't just go get 28 motherfuckers and say, y'all working together. It just don't happen like that. So they watching these cats, they looking at these videos, and they dissecting that shit. So now we got a problem. Am I right? Am I right?
No, you have a huge problem because this is what I think right here, right?
You don't leave.
They're telling these cats pretty much, let's say they got a homeboy. You know, all they homeboys ain't rappers, right?
Right.
If they got any homeboy, it might be just one cat in their neighborhood that's selling dope. You know, might be selling a little bit of weed because weed ain't legal on the national level yet. They still locking people up in Georgia behind marijuana. So if you got a homie up there that's pushing a few pounds of weed, probably done shot a couple of niggas, all of that stuff spans under that one organization. So it don't really have nothing to do with Young Thug and Gunna. It's whatever homies they got that's doing something wrong, whatever. And that's what I explain to my kids, like y'all probably explain to y'all sons. The company you keep can get you through in the grease as well.
Yeah, conspiracy is a motherfucker.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. But the moment they start locking up, because C8, you had some pretty profound lyrics back in the day.
For sure.
And if they start really, and this ain't the first time, remember we had Mac Minister on the show? I think they used his song, his rap lyrics to kind of throw him, you know, to indict him on murder too. If they start doing this, hey, what's to stop them from going to go dig up your old archives and digging up old? Because ain't no it ain't no statute of limitations on a body.
Now, but see, that was the thing about me. When I wrote songs, I might have participated in a little corner slanging, you know, and of course I toted me a strap, and you know, but I'm not finna turn around and go kill a nigga last night and then turn around and write a rap today and put it out on a record. That's not for what I know enough and seen and been in and know niggas who pulled drive-bys and killed niggas and shot niggas that I can come up with tales from the hood. You get me? But I'm not dumb enough to know last night I went and motherfucking sold 2 kilos of motherfucking dope, and tomorrow I'm finna put it on record and rap about it. Or last night I hooked up with so-and-so and I had to shoot a nigga because he was coming at me with the 4/5 and whoop-de-whoop, knowing I carry a 45 around, and last night I got into it with a nigga over some dope and I had to shoot him. It's just, but the youth today, and I don't want to say all, but some want to prove that I'm that motherfucker that I'm talking about. You get me? Mm-hmm. So I don't just want to hypothetically tell you a tale from the hood. When I'm saying that niggas, we ran up on niggas ski mask and I dumped on a nigga whoop-de-whoop, these young niggas is doing that shit. And then they go into the studio and they rapping about it. Right. They not thinking, I don't know if they're so naive to think like, oh, they can't use that shit against me. It's just a record. No, but you're talking about a criminal activity that really happened that the one times is investigating. And then if I could go grab your song and play it and hear you describe to the T of what the fuck I'm investigating, I'm finna come get your dumb ass. And I'm finna put the song up in court and go, look, a nigga was shot and killed with a 45. This nigga on his record said, I shot and killed a nigga with a 45. You get me?
Mm-hmm.
That's the dumbness of it. Instead of hypothetically, like, you know, some niggas came through and, you know, you can't put yourself in that, even in that arena. Right. Nigga, go rap about something else. Go rap about something else. But don't have the balls and the audacity to go out, commit a crime last night, and then run to the studio and go, yeah, we just came off 100 and something street, and we had the Draco, and a nigga jumped out and shot 2 niggas, and you at the studio making a song about it.
Yes, real
and
talk.
And like I said, that's the young shit though, James. You feel me?
Right.
Because the old ass nigga ain't gonna pull no shit like that. First of all, I ain't gonna take a nigga with me if I go do some shit. So therefore, a nigga don't know what the fuck is going on. Okay. And second of all, I ain't gonna be dumb enough to get on fucking record and start rapping about some shit I just pulled 3 hours ago. It's like a nigga pop a nigga and then go, let's go to the studio and make a song about it.
Right. And the cool thing about it is when you go to court, the jury don't know you. The jury really don't know this gang life. The jury don't know this rap life. And automatically they assume you guilty anyway because they don't understand it. But all they hear is what you're saying in these songs.
Man.
And they find you guilty because, like I said, the majority of the white people don't live this world, don't live this life. And you guilty already.
Mm-hmm. Man, you trying to go to court against a motherfucker who's still mad at Snoop Dogg and niggas for saying bitch on record 30 years ago. You get me? And then you want to get in the stand with a motherfucker talking about you popped a nigga 45 and killed him and I did this and we jumped out on the nigga and you think you gonna get, man, please. No.
Yeah, because, you know, you can sell as much dope as you want to on a record, right? And it may have been some stuff you was doing 15, 20 years ago, 25 years ago, so they can't bring that back up on you. But when you talk about taking a life, you could be 80 years old and somebody comes and snatch you up.
It's evident, especially if your dumb ass go to the studio and rap about it. Like I said, hypothetically telling a tale from the hood, I mean, we've all had tales from the hood.
Yeah.
You know a nigga who done shot a nigga. I know a nigga who done shot a nigga. I know a nigga who got his ass beat by the police. I know a nigga who was selling dope. Nigga, that's all hypothetical shit. That's tales from the hood. Let me tell you what happened to the homie who sold dope and got caught. Let me tell you what happened to the homie who did a drive-by and got caught. Let me tell you what happened to the nigga who did this. You get me?
Exactly.
I could do that all day. But I'm not finna be like, yeah, nigga, we hit the block, nigga, with the 4-5 and shot 2 niggas and one got whoopty-whoop and his name was Teddy Ted, nigga, and blop, 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 and your homeboy Little Fred got killed at the bus stop and whoopty-whoop. That shit is taking it too far and it make motherfucker go, that nigga rapping a lot, you know what I'm saying? For a nigga who just supposed to be a rapper, you showed telling a lot of in detail shit about a situation that happened a month ago.
Exactly. Now, this is what threw him into grease. I guess in January 2015, a young man, Donovan Thomas Jr., was shot in an Atlanta barbershop in a suspected drive-by shooting. 5 of Young Thug's alleged YSL associates, including another YSL rapper, Yak Gotti, whose real name is Diamante Kendrick, are now charged with Thomas's murder. Yak Gotti and the 4 other people are also charged with the attempted murder of 2 others. 3 days before the alleged murder, the indictment asserts Young Thug rented a silver Infiniti sedan that was used in the killing. The indictment claims that Thomas was a rival gang member. Now, see, Young Thug is involved in the conspiracy now. he might have really rented that car. I doubt Young Thug is dumb enough to say, I'm gonna go rent a car and y'all will use that to go shoot this nigga. It sounds like he was giving one of his little rappers, one of his little proteges or whatever, one of his little hangers on a car that he was driving. He went and killed a nigga in it. So now that automatically indicts Young Thug in it. Now, this is where the difficulty is gonna come in on this at, right? Young Thug is making a lot of money right now. Gunna is making a lot of money. These little kids is making millions of dollars, dog. Do you think he's going to want to leave that lifestyle to go take one for the team?
No, I wouldn't. But I mean, the way they think today, they proven that they with it. They proven that they down with the circle they hang with. So you get caught up at the end of the day because you ain't thinking. You ain't thinking about that shit. You just, the homie just see you with it. You rent a goddamn car and then somebody get killed. That motherfucker is in your name. Guilty by association is a motherfucker, but you don't want to get caught up like that. So why would the little homies put him in a situation like that? You know what I'm saying? That's some cold shit right there. Now he can lose the rest of his life. Money don't matter if you're in the penitentiary for the rest of your life.
No, it damn sure don't. Now, you remember the other cat that's from down there from Atlanta, the YFN Lucci cat 8?
Yep.
You know, he got his own charges. He's in jail right now. You know, he's in jail because of his own RICO indictment, right? They saying that I guess Young Thug's crew stabbed him, had him shanked or whatever like that. So they bringing up all this right now, bro. And I'm gonna tell you, between social media, rappers, did you know how many times I counted the other day? How many times I heard somebody threaten people's life online? I counted one day and I heard like 75 threats that can really get somebody locked up. People are online telling people, "Oh, I'm not tripping on him. I kill this dude. I kill that person." When did that start becoming so prevalent? When did people start really talking about what they planning to do? We in crazy times right now, bro.
People been talking about what they do to a motherfucker from the beginning of time, Norm. It's nothing new. Now they just speaking out on this shit. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah, it hasn't been escalated to the fact that social media, it escalates a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? Cause yeah, nigga, I'll be at the house. You know, oh man, I heard no nigga got problem. Man, I'll shoot I'll shoot that motherfucker. I ain't worried about that nigga. Like you said, niggas been telling niggas from day one about what they gonna do. A straightforward motherfucker, and a nigga, your grandma tell a nigga, I shoot that motherfucker. I ain't worried about them motherfuckers. I shoot them motherfuckers. Right. So, like you said, it's just now that it's so up front in your face with just like everybody, from a kid to the white boy next door to the stripper coming out the club to the average Joe. You get me? The average Joe will be on social media right now, be like, I'll kill that motherfucker. You get me? And it's so glorified now. It's like social media glorifies everything. It glorifies everything.
Why do you think social media allows us to get on these platforms and just speak free like that? Because now they use this as a tool, but the police use this shit as a tool to come and get certain motherfuckers. How can you be on the motherfucking run? How can you be on the run and you're on Facebook telling everybody where you at? They gonna come get you.
He said, how can you be on the run, but then you on Facebook Live showing the nigga where you at? Nigga, I'm here at the shit spot chilling and shit.
Do that. This is what they doing. So, you know, they thinking that they slick and they done got away, but you on social media, everybody what's happening.
Hey, I don't give a fuck. A nigga can't live without posting some shit. He'll give a fuck if the police or the world after him. He got to stop and make a post and be like, "Hey y'all, check out where I'm at right now."
Yeah, got a big old plate eating lobsters and shit. up in
Nigga be
Atlanta
like,
somewhere.
ain't that nigga
Pushing
wanted
his
and
food
shit?
and shit.
Ain't the feds looking for just like okay, perfect example. Gunna, right,
Mhm.
was supposed to been running from the feds already. He was supposed to have turned himself in for some shit. And he said, fuck that. I'm a part of the sovereign society and I don't believe in the government. He's supposed to have been turned himself in. That's why they arrested him when he jumped off that plane. Where he went? Was he in Detroit or wherever he went? Oh no, 42 Doug. That's who that was. 42 Doug was on the run, was supposed to turn himself in for something. But how you on the run and you at basketball games? You
42
get me?
Dub. I just seen this on the line. That's the dude just got 45 years.
No, I don't know if he. I don't know how long he got, but they supposed to been turned themselves in to a gun charge or something he had, and he's supposed to turn himself in like 6 months ago, and he didn't turn himself in. But you're a popular rapper right now. How
Mhm.
are you on the run from the marshals and you like you got songs on Madden and video games and you got national fucking albums out and you're sitting at a fucking basketball game. Like I don't understand that shit. Like how are you on the run? But like I said, niggas who the world is different now as far as with internet and posting and like I used to think it was crazy for motherfuckers who just want to sit down and get ready to eat and they just want to start taking pictures of their food and posting it because like you want to let a motherfucker know what you eating like
Right.
god damn man it's everything is so extreme now with social media and it glorifies everything to where it's like that tale of the motherfucking killer who wants the attention. You get me?
Yeah.
I want motherfuckers to know that I strangled 80 bitches. And you get me? And I want them to broadcast it. And I want
Mhm.
y'all to I want you to broadcast my manifesto and shit like that. Like, you killed 80 motherfuckers and you want to be a Hollywood star. Like,
Right.
it's the craziness behind it. Because some of us come from the era of, I want my shit to be quiet on the set.
Yeah. Now
I,
listen.
I don't want a motherfucker to know where I live. I don't want a motherfucker to know what I got, what I do. None of that. Fuck it. If you want to think I'm broke as a motherfucking joke, think it. If you want to think I'm a bum and I got nothing and I'm broke and I'm living off of welfare and all that, that
Right.
means
Be
you
my
don't know.
guest.
That means you don't know a goddamn thing about me, and I love it. You get me? I've never been the nigga who wanted to be like, yeah, I'm front and center. Yeah, that's me. I'm over here today. And tomorrow I'm over here. And then next week I'm over here. And then we got this. And then we doing this. And I got all of this. And I got stacks of this. And just, hey, everybody look at me. I never want to be that dude.
Yeah, exactly. Now listen to this. And this all kind of stuff. So this means that they got to be taping these cats, right? Because I guess on February 22nd, two other Young Thug's other associates discussed how to get Young Thug's permission for a second murder attempt on the incarcerated YFN Lucci. The indictment asserts one of the two YSL associates sought Young Thug's permission to murder YFN Lucci. And then they got another one where they attempted murder on an Atlanta police officer. See, these dudes is in a whole bunch of stuff, man. First of all, who go out plotting hits on murdering an officer?
Like I said, it's been from the beginning of time, bro. It's just different now. They're broadcasting the shit. They putting it out on this shit. It's different now. But back then, same shit. It ain't the first time a motherfucker talks about hitting a police officer or whatever. But I'm just saying, the way they conduct business today is fucked up. It's fucked up. So, that's one thing about Suge. Suge would change his phone number every goddamn week. He wouldn't keep the same phone because he knew them motherfuckers. If when they was investigating Death Row, you knew. So it's a certain way to be, but you can't quit what you're doing. But you got to tighten it up a little bit. The average Joe couldn't call Suge and talk about no street shit. So these dudes are just careless, man. These little cats out here loving the world, living it, running around here taking pictures with stacks of money, like it's a goddamn phone, and the females is feeding off of that shit, and they just loving the shit. They loving the attention. And they want the whole world to know. You know, a rich motherfucker ain't gonna show you he rich.
No,
We got to show
I think
motherfucker.
it's just the ego of the generation of what's controlling as far as what we know is hip hop in that side. You know, the youth control a lot. These young cats, they got a lot of shit that a growing motherfucking teenager or kid fantasize about having. It's a dream to wear fucking 30 platinum chains with diamonds and, ride around in Rolls Royces with guns. And, like I said, I got a fucking 17-year-old son. He love that shit. If I'm taking him to football practice or school or whatever, all he playing is pop a nigga. I try to shot a nigga, drop a nigga, fuck a nigga up. Then I tell your bitch, fuck that hoe, nigga. I pop a pill and feel, and I just sit there and listen to it because
it's crazy.
It's what's ruling right now. It's what's ruling.
But do you try to explain to him the music and the lifestyle he listens to? The song he glorifying can potentially be a problem for him if he liking it like that. One day he might be in a situation. That type of shit pop in your head what you should do when you're in a situation. So you got to explain to him that, man, these guys are just rapping. These guys, most guys ain't real gangsters that rap.
But see, it's crazy because the dudes you're talking about are getting indicted and they're in prison and they're just getting let out of prison and that's all he listened to. He listens to he loves some NBA young boy. And we know that's my son right there. He's been through a lot of shit. The feds, DOJ, and all this shit he rapping about, and he into it with everybody, and nigga, every other song is I shot a nigga, pop a nigga, fuck a nigga, I don't like this nigga, I don't like this, and he naming niggas by name, fuck this nigga, fuck this nigga, fuck this nigga. And my son, we ride to school in the morning, and that's it. When it's time for football practice, that's what he playing. Nigga, I shot a nigga, pop a nigga, fuck a nigga, I dump a nigga, kill a nigga. Don't run up on me. I hit you with this, and I hit you with that. And I just look at him and I pay attention to the music. But then I think my son knows that if any situation came down, I think he know I would take the blunt of a lot of shit. So he doesn't have to put himself in a situation that the music might influence him to get into some stupid shit, because I think he already know any stupid shit that came his way, I would probably take the blunt of it.
All right, hey, I'm gonna read some rap lyrics back. These from 92 and 93, I believe. I want to know if these rap lyrics get you indicted today. I'm in too deep. I don't kill the motherfucker and I just can't sleep. One time's trying to do a smooth creep, and on top of that, niggas after me for fucking one of they hood rats. I ain't got time for the fucking bitch's story. Niggas want me, gotta come in my territory. And ain't no you can get the fist. Niggas come and they go get done at their own risk. What is it all about? Should I leave or should I stay? Cause I don't want to punk out. Or what should I do? The homie say, the hood is where it's good, homeboy, I thought you knew. So in the process to show the hood my best, no time to react, caught two in the chest. Now who's looking down? I guess I'm finished. I'm going out like a straight up menace. Yeah.
Okay. Those lyrics basically are speaking to you in a hypothetical form. If you listen to it, none of those lyrics actually tell you yesterday we went and killed the nigga, or it doesn't name a specific situation. Okay, we popped a nigga with an AK on this block. Your homie from 6'5" got killed with the motherfucking. You get me? It's a difference. And then the way the story is, like it's being like a story being told, is that I'm trying to show you. And then it's already being mapped out because it's from a movie and a story that I'm trying to tell you. So it's a hypothetical, it's the thought process that I'm trying to wrap to you in the thinking or in the form of what a nigga in that situation might do. You feel me? I'm not actually trying to pump up the fact that I'm beefing with a nigga. I'm basically telling you a hypothetical story. You know why? Because you just got through watching this movie.
Yes.
You just got through watching this movie. So now I'm trying to put you in the sense of this character from this movie and what he's having to go through living in this lifestyle. You get me? So that it's a difference of, as far as what you're saying today, niggas ain't on phones talking about me renting cars and them going to do drive-bys. You get me?
Yeah, exactly.
Niggas ain't on niggas in my lyrics. When I'm saying I can't sleep, I done killed the motherfucker. That's a hypothetical movie I'm building because, like I said, you just watched this movie, okay? And as a sense of last week, a nigga that we got beef, I'm gonna put it in a hypothetical like this. Me and another rapper is beefing, right? This other rapper gets shot last week. I put out a song today describing this rapper getting shot to a T. And then you catch some niggas on the phone talking about how 8 sent us to shoot this rapper. Yeah, they can indict me for the lyrics all day.
Yeah, and you know what? It was crazy. And the reason I brought up that song 8 is because I know it's talking about a movie, right? But what's dangerous about today is that a district attorney can get a hair up her ass or his ass, look at you, and go to a song that you wrote that you might just be talking about some shit you don't sing and just using your imagination as an artist, and they can actually probably tie you up with some shit, dog.
Yeah, but then I got the evidence to go back and go watch the movie. I'm described. So now, if that movie had never happened, then you talking a different story. Because if I get on record and tell you I done killed the nigga last night and I can't sleep and whoopty whoop, and comes to find out a nigga got killed last night.
But you got to look at it though, A. Even if that song was in the 80s, if you played that song today with the technology and all this shit, these task force, they're going to look into it.
Of course. If I'm living that lifestyle and I'm claiming that I'm still this active ass nigga, and I have the balls to put on this record that I can't sleep because I done killed the motherfucker and the one times is creeping on me, of course I gotta know that they gonna listen to this song. You get me? That's the dumb shit behind it, because I'm knowing they looking at me. You get me? I already know you can't be that that's the beauty of this shit. You can't be that dumb to know you not getting watched. Can you be that fucking stupid and naive to know that you done pulled some shit and you not getting watched? But
I don't think these young cats know that the police got a task force with maybe 12 motherfuckers sitting at the desk, going through YouTube, going through Facebook, and just searching and surfing these dudes. Once they see one thing, that's just like the task force that can fuck with the Taliban. that knows when terrorists is coming to the United States. You're profiled. So once they put you in that data, everything that you say potentially for anything pertaining to killing, raping, or whatever is gonna pop up. Now they own you. Come on, they've been doing this shit from the beginning of time. They've been doing this shit, so it's not brand new. And these young cats don't know that they're doing this just because. They
You
know
get
it.
me? If I'm still active in the drug game, do I want to make records about me selling drugs? Probably not.
It's something to talk about, and that's what they're doing.
You get me? Because like you said, in this day and age with technology, you making it simple for a motherfucker. You get
Very
me?
easy.
You're
Very easy.
making it simple for them. I could kick back as a motherfucking one time right now, just sit up on Instagram and go through my whole neighborhood of where I'm patrolling, because all these niggas got Facebook and Instagram pages. And one of these niggas gonna slip up. Somebody gonna be showing a pistol. Somebody gonna do a video showing a pistol. Somebody gonna do a video showing some dope or some shit. They making it easy. So if you put yourself in them situations, like, yeah, shit. Nowadays, we used to fight that shit. Oh, you can't use that shit. Oh, I'm just rapping 30 years ago. You can't use the fact that I was talking about a nigga getting killed, and then now you got 3 young kids who went out and killed the motherfucker because they say, remember, oh, I killed the nigga because I was listening to 8, or I was listening to Tupac, or I was listening to Scarface, and they told me you better pop a motherfucker before he pop you. So I popped the motherfucker. You get
just
me?
described the first 48. And I suggest all these young cats look at the first 48 hours. That's how they getting them. They finding who you are. All they do is go to your Facebook page, look at you, and see all this shit, guns and everything else, and they come get you.
Yeah, they don't even got to know your name. What's the nigga street name? What's his nickname? Oh, his name is Lil something something. They go right up, pull up Lil something something. They go through your shit, scroll, and then blam. Look, is that a 4.5 he got? Is that an AK-47 right there? Is that what was the murder weapon used in the kill? Oh, it was what? It was a 4.5 in the AK? Look, there's the 2 murder weapons right there. They make it so simple. And then, like I said, everybody nowadays is a rapper.
Right.
So all you gotta do is go to Facebook or Instagram. One of them got a YouTube page. You're gonna go to YouTube, you're gonna pull up the video, and then they describing the whole murder right there. We pulled up in that thing, we jumped out with that thing, we hit that nigga with it. They even describing the murder weapon with that 40 cal or that 223 or that Draco or that whoop-de-whoop. You even tell him what pistol you used.
Do you feel like sometimes you, like with the new rappers today, that you played a big part in these cats rapping the way they rap? Because your rap is totally different. The way you do it is totally different. The way Ice-T and them used to rap is totally
All right, no, because rap wouldn't have been rap. What if rap wasn't around? So what are you gonna say then that influenced you to gang bang and carry a rag and a strap and claim your neighborhood and all that? Because it wasn't rap that made me want to do that shit.
Well, it's not just rap. It's movies. You know, a lot of guys.
It wasn't a movie that made me want to claim the neighborhood. It was the niggas I saw every day on the block getting money, and what I went through as a kid whose mom struggled, who didn't have a father around, no older siblings to guide me in the right direction. I didn't see no movies about black niggas gang banging or motherfuckers, whatever. I saw that shit on the block every day. When my mama took us to school and I saw niggas out there with fresh El Caminos and Daytons and motherfucking bitches and all that. That's what influenced me to gang banging. It wasn't a movie, or it was what I saw every day. And waking up like, damn, man, damn, you get me? That's what made me want to turn. It wasn't a record or a movie I saw or none of that, because to me, that shit was make believe. You get me? Records and fucking TV and movie, that shit was make believe. I can stand out on my porch right now, look 2 houses down, and see the freshest new cars. I'm talking about, nigga. I grew up in Spooktown, so motherfucker, them niggas over there had that nigga. It was on and cracking. So I got to see shit, and that was influenced me to want to gangbang and sell dope. Now, rapping made me want to be a rapper. Limousines and fat gold chains. I didn't think that shit was going to come. I don't know. I didn't cross the two. Maybe I was too young. But I didn't cross the two as that coming from the dope shit. I looked at that as coming from being a rapper. So I wanted to start making records. It didn't influence me because I was already gangbanging when the music shit started. You get me? So I felt like I need to tell tales about the neighborhood because I don't know shit else. You get me? I didn't know nothing about partying or, growing up like the Fresh Prince or rapping like Young MC or Tone Loc, where it was just party, let's have fun. Nah, because on my block, niggas was coming through shooting every day. Where I grew up at, niggas was selling crack, making money. So that's all I knew to rap about. I didn't know how to rap about, hey, party tonight over here, grab you a girl and let's dance. I didn't know that. I knew that tonight somebody finna come down the street and blast. Or tonight somebody finna go down to jail because they got dope on the corner. Or tonight somebody finna get killed. Or that's how I started rapping, because I just saw shit that went on in the neighborhood every day. And at that time, for us on the West Coast, that's what our music was. So I didn't get influenced by that. But being me and then being a kid in another state, like a Texas or a Kansas or whatever, and listen to MC8 on record, and MC8 talk about how, Compton it is, and they was cripping and blood, and the niggas was selling dope. Yeah, I might be influenced by that shit. A kid from who just from out of town, and yeah, MC8 might influence me to start gangbanging, because I'm looking at his videos and khaki suits and seeing lowriders and shit like that. That shit might influence me to gangbang and pick up a strap and start claiming a neighborhood I ain't never been from, because influence is a motherfucker.
You're right. I think these cats got a big problem when they make money. They think they got to go back to the neighborhood and show the homies that they made it. I don't see why you'll be worth 20 million and think that you got to go back to the hood. 20 million means you made it out of the hood. You made it out of the struggle.
Some niggas, James, but can you answer this? Do you feel that some niggas were never that from the hood, and these niggas go off and make the 20, 30 million, and then they want to come back and prove that they are significant from the hood because they got money and fame now?
Yeah. I mean, we have certain individuals in our neighborhood that made it and come back to the hood. See, it's different. It's different levels to being in the hood. You got the gangsters, you got the shooters, you got the good dressers, you got the homies that know how to sell dope and save their money. Is different shit to it. You got those that wasn't with it, they ain't about it, but wanted to live the life of the big homie because respected. So by coming back to the hood, you got money. Everybody gonna respect you because they want to be around you because they know what you're worth. They know your worth, and then now you giving and helping everybody. But what they got to realize is the day you stop looking out for one homie, he's gonna be mad. Now he's plotting, and they don't understand that part. I don't think I can make or be worth 30 million and go back to the hood and get into that type of activity. Because it only takes one person to say, oh, the big homie, he buying all the homies' guns. All the big homies supplying all the dope. This is how these cats is getting caught up because they want to be a part of the hood. And truth be told, the hood is all we got. You know what I'm saying?
True indeed.
But if I struggled and I went through it and I did my time in prison, I don't owe nobody nothing. I don't owe the hood nothing. So I don't feel like I gotta go back to the hood to prove to them, nigga, I still got y'all. Where was you niggas at when I was in prison? Nobody sent me no money. But we feel like we gotta be there.
Yeah, a lot of niggas don't want that questioned. You get me, James?
Right.
A lot of niggas don't want that questioned of how valuable they were to the hood. So a lot of niggas go back to buy that motherfucking that authentication. You get me?
Right.
A lot of niggas, like you said, for a nigga who felt like I paid my dues, I don't owe nobody shit. So
Right.
I'm gonna go where I go. If I move out the hood, I'm gonna go set up and I'm gonna do something. I don't feel like I gotta come back and toss money and buy dope and gun because that's what the level becomes anyway. It ain't like a nigga tell you, nigga, come help me get an education from the hood or come help me get a job. Or most of the time, niggas just slide me some heat or slide me some dope. You get me?
Well, that's one of the reasons why I say I'm gonna come back to the hood and fuck with those that told me get the fuck off the block. Like you had homies that told you that this ain't for you. Go do that. I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna make sure those cats is right because this is one of the reasons why I am who I am today. Because you told me to get the fuck off the block. You don't want to see me on the block. You're gonna whoop my ass if you see me hanging out. That type of shit.
Exactly.
I'm gonna come back to those cats.
And now you know what? Hey, while we on rap lyrics, before we check out, I gotta ask you this because this would always wonder. Now you and Quick y'all cool now, y'all friends now. Y'all that's old stuff. You know what I mean? Y'all was kids, but at that time y'all was doing it. You was hanging around some pretty crucial people. Y'all was out there doing y'all thing, and Quick had his crew. It could have possibly got dangerous. Do you think at that time, man, that the lyrics that y'all both was talking about, do you think that could have ended up being some bad stuff back then?
Oh, definitely. I mean, shit, it did end up. A dude lost his life behind it. Quick made a song about it. The fight at the El Rey. I mean, that's what it came down to. And that's why I used to tell people that it was critical. A lot of people, do shit for records or for amusement or whatever. But when you grow up in a situation like we did, as far as growing up in Compton, and gangbanging was everything. You get me? Fuck a record, fuck whatever. Banging in Compton in that time of my life, that shit, nigga, it was critical to niggas. Like, so it got to a point like niggas say, yeah, nigga lost his life. And motherfuckers had to start thinking about that because it could have been way more than that. You get me? It could have been way. Niggas knew where Treetop was. Niggas knew where Tragnew Park was. It was nothing. And then, like you said, we were still, well, I was one of those niggas who felt like I needed to stay in the hood.
Well, yeah,
even though I was making records and I was on my third album and I had a house in Corona and was chilling, whoop-de-whoop, nigga, I got on the 91 freeway every day and went to Tragnew. Every fucking day. Pulling up with Rolex watches on and diamonds and all that. Fucking $100,000 cars and all that. And I'm pulling up in Tragnew every day. Because I'm still hanging out at the car wash on motherfucking Compton Boulevard and motherfucking in Palmer Block. I did shit like that because I was one of those niggas who grew up in Compton and just gangbanging was everything. You know, it was the hood. It was hanging out in Compton. I don't think until I started rapping and going on tour, I didn't even venture out of the city limits of Compton. I didn't go to LA. I didn't go to Hollywood. I didn't do none of that shit. All I did was go to Tragnew Park every day. So, yeah, I was one of them niggas who felt like, yeah, I'm going to the hood today. And I didn't give a fuck. So, nigga, it was straps. And then now you making records. So now you got a little entourage. And now you roll. And like I said, I'm still in the city. So it wasn't like we didn't see them and they didn't see us. And it was signs thrown up and gestures and all kind of shit. It could have been treacherous.
It was hectic back then.
Man, the city of Compton back then was fucking treacherous. But to us, it was cracking. That's how we looked at it. It was cracking back then. Other motherfuckers would have been petrified to live in the city of Compton because niggas was getting shot, killed, and niggas hit every day. And we looked at that shit as, hey, this is the fucking way of life. It's the fucking way of life. So fuck it. And to be able to pull up out of that motherfucker and look up and be like 50 years later, niggas like, man, please, nigga, they could have that shit.
But you and Quick is on something totally different. Y'all
we on some, we on some, like you said, we on some grown ass man shit. I mean, right. You know, I mean, it was just the naive situations of two young niggas growing up in two different neighborhoods in Compton. You get me?
Hey, do y'all realize the impact y'all had on
we had a gang of impact.
Compton.
We had a gang of impact because niggas was cripping and niggas was blooding. And like you said, the city was on fire. When me and Quick was beefing, it was some Compton shit. And it was crack. And like I said, it didn't even have to be Treetop or Tragnew. It didn't matter. It was just some Crippin' blood shit.
Right.
It was some Crippin' blood shit. So
because I'm sure the Crips took sides and the Bloods took sides. Even people that had
right.
nothing to do with it.
Nigga, we could have had beef. I could have had beef with a Crip set, and it didn't matter back then. You chose your side when me and Quick was beefing. And that's right. How it went down. And the city of Compton was hot when it started happening. But like I said, it's something we went through. Lord willing, we was able to, unfortunately, people got hurt. Somebody lost their life behind it. And we were able to, like you said, we was able to grow up. Because when you able to grow up and mature, you able to think differently. And you able to see shit different. You know what I'm saying? And then when you got shit to live for, man, it's just something different.
Right.
You know, I'm not in the motherfucking streets no more. I wasn't in Tragnew Park no more. I was in Corona, chilling in the house, probably swimming in the pool. What the fuck I want to be gangbang beefing for with a nigga? You get me? Why do I want to get off the freeway and have to look every fucking corner and check every fucking stoplight and stop sign because I'm rap beefing with a nigga over some gang shit? So, once a nigga grew up and mature and niggas was like, man, the fuck am I beef? So what? You from Treetop, I'm from Tragnew. Nigga, here, hit this motherfucking blunt.
Right.
And that's basically how it happened. Shit. Here, nigga, you everybody know where you from. Everybody know where I'm from. Now what? You get me? Now what? Why do I got a problem with you? Now what?
Yeah, because y'all was kind of the first ones to put it out there. Like, to be honest with you, before you always kind of assumed that rappers was from certain neighborhoods, right? But nobody ever actually said it. I think Quick was one of the first people to say he was.
Yeah, you didn't really cross the line of letting, because nigga, if nigga already knew where you was from, if you grew up in Compton, right. You went to school and all that shit. We didn't do that shit for record purposes because we didn't want a sense of being banned or not being played if we was yelling out Treetop or Tragnew or, the mob or whatever. But it started getting acceptable to the record labels. They start not giving a fuck. especially when niggas was beefing, it was making record sales. Nigga
Right.
claim that shit. We don't give a fuck. But in the beginning, Epic wouldn't be caught me dead saying Crip or Trag New on the record. Man, please. They would have snatched that motherfucker so quick. They was already petrified of niggas. Now we finna put out a record and you claiming a set and talking about your cripping and all. Oh my God. Them motherfuckers would have had a heart attack.
Mhm.
You motherfuckers would have had a heart attack. They
Yeah.
didn't already won. That's why a nigga didn't get really that much promotion and all that shit back then when we was coming up. Because them motherfuckers was scared of niggas. But they knew this shit was making money. But they didn't know how to deal with it. Nowadays, they don't give a fuck. Nigga, claim your hood, wear your rag, nigga. You can throw up your set, throw up your sign. We don't give a fuck. Just cut us our portion. But back then, hell nah, James. Them motherfuckers was petrified of niggas gang banging. They
Right.
were
James, and James,
petrified.
you was real ignorant at that time, James, huh?
I was very ignorant. Very ignorant.
Did you take a side?
Oh yeah, shit. I was riding with Quick all day. You know, I'm on this side of Compton. And
You're supposed to.
like I said,
Shit.
man, and I tell everybody the story. I'm going up Rosecrans and get shot at because I'm bumping the Quick shit. So somebody was lurking and heard it and popped at me. You know
And
what I'm saying?
niggas was stupid as a motherfucker
Oh
back
man,
then.
That's right.
but it was like I said, it was vice versa. And niggas was like, nigga, I wish them niggas would. You know what I'm
Nigga,
saying?
you playing a song, nigga shooting at your car, nigga. That's some crazy shit.
That
We had
song-
Compton on fire like a motherfucker.
This how they identify you. That song identified you. If you was playing Quick, we knew you was a blood.
He was a blood, yeah.
If you
You was
bumping that
playing-
motherfucker,
You
that's
bumping that
blood
8
right
or BMW, nigga, them niggas, you crippin', nigga. So,
Exactly.
nigga, you didn't have, nigga, that's it. All we had to do was hear it coming from your car. And, nigga, that's it.
Now you throwing up and you chasing niggas and you
You
popping
chasing,
the motherfuckers.
you literally chasing niggas, man. It was motherfucking car chases and not with the police, nigga. Compton was on, nigga. Compton was hot, man. Goodness gracious, them days was fire.
But like I said when I told you about a year ago, who would have thought MC8 and Mob James would be on the podcast together? Who would have thought that 8 and Quick settled their differences and now they in the studio kicking it, hitting big blunts? I mean, and we'd have killed each other. We didn't even know each other, but we'd have killed each other just because of the association of being a blood or Crip. You feel me? These young cats ain't understanding that. Now y'all old enough to make money now. Y'all making money together. They don't get that part. Man, it's crazy, but yeah, no, I mean,
It's crazy. Like somebody said, it's crazy what motherfuckers will do to put themselves in the position of fame nowadays. And it don't matter what it come to. If I got to tell a nigga about me popping a nigga last night, fucking, I'm gonna put it on record. It's just the amount of what niggas will do for fame nowadays to be famous or become that next celebrity or whatever. So you got to be because, like I said, you can live your life like I'm cool with everybody. I don't have an issue with nan motherfucker on this planet Earth. But for some reason, it's motherfuckers who got issues with you.
Yeah.
You get me? And that's just the fucked up. It's just the fucked up shit about it.
Money is a different way of making money. It's a different way of selling drugs. This shit here is a different way to pay your bills. Half of us black men don't want to get up and go get a real motherfucking job.
Hey, let me ask y'all this. Now, let me ask y'all this, right? By everybody growing up pretty much and developing now, I think a lot of people gonna be lost, James, because see, this is gonna set a precedent, and they've been doing it, right? First of all, half the cats out here making these records is lying like a motherfucker. They're lying. They just talking about shit. They got active ass imaginations, right? Now we bring the police into it. They out there looking at people online and stuff. It's gonna be a lot of people going to jail, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
there's gonna be a whole lot of people going to jail, bro. And it's really some sad shit, dog. But do you slow down doing what you do? Because it is gangster rap. You know what I mean?
Well, you can actually clean it up, Norm. You don't have to put certain things out there in your songs. You have to clean it up. And I can say this, look at 80, he's still going on tour. He's not out there
Yeah,
trash.
I just
killing
learned how to transition shit into, you know, I don't know if you want to call it a grown up form, but I'm not gonna tell niggas I'm still on the block trying to hustle and serve. You know, I ain't got beef. I'm not riding in my car creeping looking for niggas with the 4-5 and shit like that. You know, my thing is now is to tell niggas to try to keep hustling, try to come up. You know, yeah, you're gonna run across situations that, you know, you might have to, you know, watch yourself in. But the main goal is to try to be sustainable, make money, and watch out for your people, you know. Because that's what really, at the end of the day, everybody want to be successful, have a little money in their pocket, and live good. So I feel you can transition that into what I came from, as far as, you know, still got the hood mentality and still know how to talk to niggas and come from the block. But, you know, I can't be telling niggas, you know, to go on the block and serve yay and shoot at a nigga, and just because you a Crip and he a Blood, or vice versa. That's just, you know, but I don't try to motherfucking scold a nigga either, because like I said, I used to be 19, 18 too myself. And you couldn't tell me shit as an 18, 19-year-old kid. Gangbanging was everything. The hood was first. We get money and fuck everybody else. And that was the mentality. Because you think, you know, like, hey, I'm invincible at that age. You know, nobody can touch me when I got a couple of the homies around me, and he got a strap, I got a strap, and we out here making money, and we fucking a couple of bitches and got a couple of ends. You know, a nigga think, nigga, I done made it. You feel me?
Yeah, for real. And
So,
speaking of which, before we go to, because you never talk about your stuff, you got a new single out, right?
yeah, I got a new project out, a little EP out, 9 songs. It's called Revolution in Progress. You know, just more of that shit I was just trying to talk about. Just something simple to keep the fans going, you know, because a lot of, you know, we still have a lot of fans from my era, and they still want to hear music of from that era, and they want to hear what, you know, a nigga transitions to, from going through a lot, from seeing a lot on the streets, and being able to tell the story of being a young 18-year-old and being a grown man, a father now, a person with responsibilities. So to be able to still represent Compton and come from the streets and talk like that, that's why I just continue to make music. Not to be, you know, not to monetize shit, but, you know, we all work and there ain't nothing free. But I just make music because, you know, there's still true fans out there of my generation of hip hop that wants to hear my generation of hip hop and hear what we got to say. And, you know, we still know how to make good music, some of us. So, yeah, I just put out a new project, Revolution in Progress. If you want, go pick that up, stream it on all platforms, download, whatever you do. I appreciate it.
Oh, we about to put the link at the bottom of the description. So y'all go to jam that right now. As soon as y'all press stop on this show, go hit that link at the bottom of the description and bang that Revolution in Progress. See, that's low key some gangster bang. That's some gangster shit right there. Revolution in Progress.
Yeah, it is, but it's meant to aim at just trying to be like progression. You get me? And the niggas look at us as far as gang banging or whatever, and think niggas be stuck in a time warp, and think niggas can't, you know, transition into beautiful and better shit. So the title is in itself. It's a revolution in progress, because we all trying to get to the next level of success. So that's the progress we're trying to do. And that's for Crips, Bloods, essays, anybody on a positive note, man. That's where I'm at. You get me? It's a lot of negative shit that go on, and we got enough of it. And as a nigga who done made it this far, man, I'm just trying to see progress. I ain't trying to see nothing else.
Yeah, did you shoot any videos for it, Abe?
I got a video with Corrupt out called Double That. That's the first video. It's been out for a minute right now. It's floating real good. Y'all go check that out. And we'll be shooting another video probably next week to the next single off of the song. It's called That's Factual. So y'all be on the lookout for that.
We gonna have all that in the description. And we out of here. And we
Yeah.
hold on. And we gone, fellas. Let's do it again real soon.
All the time.
All right, for sure.
Peace.
Hell yeah. Hey, I'm gonna drop all them links down there.